Hello everyone, it's Arlene with Design with Arlene, and thank you for coming back and watching this YouTube video. It's a tutorial on making cards and other paper projects. It's what my channel is, so I'm really glad that you stopped by. So let's get started with this project. This is a card that I'm making using the Forever Fern stamp set. I'm bringing in some fall colors because it's now September and I'm really looking forward to the cooler weather. So let me show you what I'm using to start out with the card base. I'm using half a sheet of the 8.5 by 11 cardstock. It's been cut in half and then folded. This is the Mary Merlot. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold it on that score line, give it a sharp crease with my bone folder, and that's going to be the base of my card. I'm also going to layer it with a smaller piece of garden green that's going to go right over the top of that. Now for this particular card, I did use a few other die cuts. So let me show you what I did use. I've got a piece of the Designer Series paper. This is from the Beauty of the Earth, and it's two-sided, double-sided. I'm going to use this side. Isn't this pretty? Lots of different colors going on. Remind me very much of fall. That's a fall color. And then I took a piece of the gold foil paper, and again I cut that out of the scalloped die cuts. Let me show you the dies that I used. These were from the Scalloped Contours dies. I've got two of them, the larger here and the second largest one for each of those die cuts. I'm also using another die cut piece. This is from the Very Vanilla, and this has been used, I used the Painted Labels dies, this little circle here, which is great for all different kinds of cards. So using the die cut piece in the circle shape, I'm taking the Garden Green and a saying stamp to a friend that makes me smile, and that is from the stamp set that we're currently using. This is from the Forever Fern set, and I'm going to stamp it just a little bit to the left. Right here onto that, okay? And then since we're stamping still, I'm taking a piece of Very Vanilla, and this is just some scrap because I'm going to stamp some of these leaves on here from the stamp set. I'm showing you just one, and then I've pre-cut some out already. So taking this is the Cherry Cobbler that I have here. I'm just gonna ink this up, and I picked out 3 different kinds of leaf stamps, and I stamped them twice. So I'm getting that. And then I have the die cuts. And this is from the Forever Flourishing die set. And you can see this goes right over. It's it's designed for this stamp set. So I cut out different dies, and let me show you what I do have. So I have this one is stamped in Pumpkin Pie, and then these two are in Garden Green. I've got another one that I just used, and that's in the Cherry Cobbler. And I did stamp one in I stamped one in Bumblebee, and then I also stamped this other set in, which one is this one? This is Blackberry Bliss. Not sure which one I'm going to use. So I think I'll use this one that's stamped in the Bumblebee. Okay. Move this aside, and we're going to play a little bit with this, and we're going to add some things to this die cut here. So I wanted to add a little bit, something more to this die cut here. And so I am going to take some of these. These are called the Plenty of Patterns decorative masks. And you get a set of 4 in here. And I am picking, I wasn't quite sure which one I wanted to use, but I think I'm going to just use one of these here, these patterns here. So just placing it down onto where I want the ink to go to and have the pattern show. And then I'm going to take one of our blending brushes here, and I'm using Bumblebee. So I just want this kind of a softer look, so very light since it already has some writing on it. And then just softly go over that. And as you brush that image, of course the stencils are going to act like a mask. It's this mask here. And since I just want it really light, but I probably want a little bit more than that. And you just continue to go on over it. That's probably good. Yeah. I just wanted something just light so that you can see it just transferred over just a little bit, just slightly. Okay, now we'll set that aside. I think we're ready to get our card put together. So I've got my card base here. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down onto the card base. And remember, measurements are always on my blog, so they will be on you can follow the link that will be in the description below, and follow that to get all of the products that I use, and the link to my store as well, and it'll give you the dimensions of any of the measurements that are needed in this one. Okay, so then I'm just gluing this onto my designer series paper onto my garden green, and again we'll make another layer. This is with this gold. Just a little bit of gold will just add so much. And we've got that going there, okay? And then the next thing that I want to do is take all of these little die cuts that I used, and we're just going to position them onto my card. So I know I want to have this circle right here kind of in the middle, okay? And I want to have all this greenery or the fall foliage kind of in the background. So that's why I did the two. I cut two out of each color. So I just, before laying it down and gluing it, actually adding the glue, I just want to kind of position this a little bit so I know a little bit where it's going to go. Let's see, this, and I'll put this one here so that I get an idea at least, you know, of where I want it. And I place that over there, and I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to save the smaller ones for later. Okay, and then just go ahead and I'm going to glue all of these pieces onto the card. Okay, so you can see that those are glued down pretty much the way I want them. And then I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals, because these are usually, I think I use in every card project. However, you don't have to. You can always just glue it down with glue. I just know this adds added bulk. So this is going to help raise up this, this circular die cut a little bit better. Okay. And then I have that. And then I'm also going to take one of the leaves that I stamped in the bumblebee, and with another Stampin' Dimensional, add that just on the side here. Okay. Poke that up a little bit. All right. And I've got some linen thread. Just take a length of it. And I like to tie my linen thread because it's a very thin twine here. So I like to double it up, and then I double it up and then make a bow with it. And with the smaller loops, there we go. And then just trim off the ends. That, and then I'll take a little, just adhere that onto with a small piece or a small glue dot, one of our mini glue dots. We have that. Okay, and then we're going to bling it up just a little bit. I'm going to use some of our holiday rhinestone, these basic jewels here, and then just add a few of these. So I made a card almost like, well, pretty much just like this last night's Facebook Live, and it used the yellow jewels. So this time I'm using some green. There we go. And then maybe a red one down here as well. Okay. And there is your finished card. So I'll show you the card that I made from last night's. It's almost exact really, but I have quite a few more jewels on there. So this one was with more of the holiday rhinestone jewels that are in the yellow tone and red. And then this, I used a couple of the green with the red one right there. So they're about the same. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, you guys. Thanks for subscribing. Please hit the like. And if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, hit that subscribe button. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.